Did you know that ActivInspire allows for dual users? This means that two students or a student and a teacher can work on a flip chart page at the same time. It's a small upgrade called Active Arena, and it comes with new pens and a small upgrade to the board. In this active tip, we're going to explore a few ideas on how this can be used by just using the pen tool. So let's get started. Now you may find the interactions in dual user will typically turn out to be cooperative, which is two people working on the same idea, competitive, two people competing in an activity, or modeling, one person modeling an idea and another one trying it out. So let's try and show an example of each of these in this active tip. Now on this page, before we get started, we need to turn on dual user. So to do that, I'm going to go down to my toolbar and click on Tools, and the third button down is dual user. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now on this page, we're going to work collaboratively. Both users are going to write a sentence, dual pen is really cool. Now I'm going to be the teacher in this scenario, and I've enlisted a good friend of mine, my wife, to help out. So she'll be writing in the red and I'll be writing in the black. Or I apologize, I'll be writing in the red and she'll be writing in the black. So you see I'm writing dual pen and she's writing really cool at the exact same time. Now being a normal guy husband, I'm going to go ahead and cross out what my wife has written and put in what I want. But we'll work collaboratively here to finish off with a happy face and a tongue. So let's try out a competitive idea. This next page template is provided in ActivInspire. So if you have Inspire, you already have this page template. What we're going to do is each of us is going to try and come up with as many words that mean big. So whoever has more words that are synonyms to big is going to win. Now I might add that my wife is an English teacher, so she's a high school English teacher, so this is a tough battle for me. So I'm writing on the right, and she's writing on the left. And you can see in the time it takes me to come up with one word, she's already gotten two to my one. But you can see how both pens are going at the exact same time. No lag. And I give up and I put down very big. Or if you're a fan of good late 80s, early 90s pop, Mr. Big. Band from the 80s. Great one-hit wonder. Good times with Mr. Big. So there's an example of a competitive idea. Now on this next page, let's look at a modeling idea. On this page, the teacher is going to help me work on dividing a fraction. In this case, my wife is going to play the teacher, and she's going to take the one on the right. And she's going to model how we're going to just solve a problem like this. So as she solves it on the right, I'm going to follow along on the left and solve it with her. She's going to show me the first thing we have to do is, we're going to flip it, and then we're going to change the divide sign to a times sign. And now as she shows me how to do it, I'm going to follow along on the left-hand side and work my problem. This is a great way to show modeling on how a teacher can go up there and model with a student, and they can work on it at the exact same time. And you can see that I came up with the answer. Now one last quick idea. You can have multiple students making corrections to sentences at one time to support what you may currently already do with like a daily oral language, or DOLs. So what we're going to have here is two students who come up with the board, and they would begin to correct these sentences. Or possibly maybe you break up your class into groups and then have one representative from each group come up and begin to correct these sentences. Now I might add that, again, my wife is a high school English teacher, so she's much better at this than I am. But you can see we're going through and working at the exact same time. You'll notice that she actually went back to her toolbar, she changed colors, she went to the eraser. So she has full functionality on her toolbar, which is the orange toolbar on the left. And she can continue to work as I am. We can work at different paces, and you notice we can work on either side of the screen. Another idea here is you might even have the rest of the class use their active votes or active expressions to agree if the sentences have been corrected correctly. If they're correct, they can press A or B, and it keeps the entire class on their toes and participating. As you can see, as an English teacher, my wife just cannot stop doing the sentences. She would do this all day gladly with a smile. Well, I hope these ideas help you out on using the dual pen in your active classroom with using the pen tool. Enjoy.